All right, so some of you already know that I've spent the last 30 days or so trying different non alcoholic beers and doing reviews on them. And so, yeah, 30 plus different non alcoholic beers. And today I'm going to do a video on what I have learned after trying a bunch of these. So, number one, I like gold. And what I mean by that is a lot of these non alcoholic beers, or probably just beers in general, they really toss around this word quite a bit, golden. And here's one right now, which I'm actually going to have, if you don't mind. But yeah, and it seems like usually when I see a beer that labels itself as golden, I really do enjoy those. Um, Now I don't. I think for the most part these are usually golden pilsners. Maybe some of them are lagers. Whatever it is, when they say golden, I usually that's a good indicator that I'm gonna like it. Um, so yeah, I like gold. I think that's kind of a cheeky way to say that I have really, over the last 30 days or so, I've really just learned sort of what I like. So that's kind of my favorite sort of style, I would say, right now. Maybe that'll change. Um, I also really like things that are like kind of just full flavored, but like a real kind of beer flavor to it. Um, Malty, I like that a lot. Even stuff that's like a little nutty. Wheat. Um, I like stuff that's not super hoppy. Though if it is super hoppy, I like it to have be balanced enough, so lots of like kind of malt flavor as well. So that's the first thing I learned. And look, I think even before I was doing non-alcoholic beers, I sort of already knew that. But when you go 30 days in a row just trying a bunch of completely brand new different uh, beers, which is what I was doing with these, you really start to notice what you like. Um, and feel free to check out a bunch of beer reviews, non alcoholic beer reviews that I've done. They're all up there and existing for you to enjoy. Um, Number two, what I have learned is non alcoholic beer is wildly popular. I have gone to a lot of different grocery stores, just around me, to really get a variety for these reviews that I'm doing. So one thing that I think I was initially surprised is that the non-alcoholic beer sections in most grocery stores is pretty big. Mm, we've come a long way from O'Doul's being the only option. Shout out to O'Doul's. You were there when nobody else was, but now the party has arrived, and there are a lot of faces here. And yeah, I mean most like regular sized grocery stores that I go into will have, I would say, like probably at least 15 options. I know that's far from the regular beer aisle, which is gonna have way more than 15 options. But again, like this is something that I feel like even just a few years ago, it was there. Were not nearly as many options. Um, if I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments, because it's possible that I just haven't been noticing it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention because I just wasn't drinking non-alcoholic beverages or non-alcoholic beers. I was drinking non-alcoholic beverages because I like to drink water and coffee and other things like that. But yeah, like it's wildly popular. I'm seeing it at like almost every time I go to a bar or restaurant, and I've said this before in plenty of my videos. I'll ask if there's a non-alcoholic beer on the menu, and almost always they have one. Funny thing though is actually I shouldn't say the menu because there are there's something that I noticed is that a lot of times the non-alcoholic beers actually aren't even listed on the menu. I don't know why that is, but it's something that I'm noticing. Um, so if you are at a place and you're looking at the menu and checking out all the beers and you don't see a non-alcoholic beer option but you want one, ask. I've done it, and I've done it multiple times, and they ended up having. Actually, they a lot of times it was Athletic is what they did have. Um, I don't know why it's not on the menu. Put it on the menu, guys. If you own a restaurant or bar and you have these in there, just put it on the menu. Um, and yeah, number three, what I learned, and this kind of ties into the last point I made, is that I, after 30 plus non alcoholic beers, I can confidently say that non alcoholic beer tastes like regular beer. It just does. Some people might be mad at that. I think people who like non-alcoholic beer are not going to be surprised by that, and they're not going to be mad by that. I don't know. Maybe people won't be mad at that. It doesn't matter. It's just the truth. Like non-alcoholic beer tastes like beer. Again and again, I try these things, and it's to the point where I don't even really think about it or focus on it too much. Like, oh, does this taste like the real thing? I mean, it's kind of just its own thing. It's its own thing, but it also tastes like regular beer. Um, and I think that is actually very unique when it comes to this like funny little trend of maybe I hope it's more than a trend. This thing where you know this non-alcoholic uh, drinks that are kind of designed to taste like alcoholic drinks. I think non-alcoholic beer is specifically unique out of all of those because of how much it actually tastes like it. Um, I have I'm gonna try more, but I've only tried so far. I've tried two non-alcohol or de-alcoholized wines, and the difference is a lot more noticeable. I still enjoyed those, but the difference is a lot more noticeable. And then I have tried. I tried a drink that had non-alcoholic tequila in it, and that was noticeable too. And I think it's just because with those other types of alcoholic drinks, there is the alcohol itself is such a bigger part of the flavor profile. You have that little like kind of burn, even with wine you have that like a warmth, I would say, with wine. With beer, you don't the alcohol is not really part of the flavor. I think there is just like beer that has alcohol in it. It's just the flavor is overwhelmingly gonna be hops, malt, wheat, yeast, all barley, oats, all that kind of stuff. Like you're tasting all of that, and there isn't really much of an alcohol taste at all in beer. I would say the exception would be like those really high alcohol content um, beers. Those ones you do feel that kind of winey warmth to it, and you sort of taste the alcohol a little bit more. So that they're not gonna have a non-alcoholic version of that, at least that tastes like that. But yeah, I mean for like every non-alcoholic beer I've tried tastes like beer. I shouldn't say every single. There might be a few. I think the only exception is like sometimes the light beers, non-alcoholic beers, are they almost taste even lighter than a light beer. Um, that is something I have noticed sometimes, but I also don't have like the best flavor memory of light beers because I like the really light beers because I wasn't really drinking too many of those anyways. Um, but yeah, I mean those are the things that I have learned, and I expect to learn a lot more because I'm gonna keep doing these. I think. Um, I don't know. I'm enjoying drinking these and trying these different non-alcoholic beers, and might as well keep the camera rolling while I'm doing that. So until next time, cheers.